welcome in everyone.
All right. Oh, I believe we're getting there, eh? All right. Okay. Excellent day. All right. Welcome to the Justang Show. As we go over a couple of things this Friday, June the 5th, 2026, the year of our Lord. And our show tonight. Hold on. We want to talk about something tonight on the show that a lot of people don't know about. We like to talk about the crimes of the wealthy class here, as I've had the pleasure of working for wealthy people when I was employed at the Amelia Island Plantation, and sequentially at the Ocean Club on the member side. Get to work for wealthy people, and one thing you immediately notice about the wealthy class, so you assume that this wealthy class of people would be full of intellectuals and smart people, but as it turns out, you wouldn't think, but a huge percentage of them are just trust fund babies, retards, or riding the coattails of somebody who actually did something. And then you got the depravity. Been around junkies and thieves and killers and everything else, and I've never seen people do the things they will for money for anything else. So let's talk about the horse murders in the 1980s, an event that took the beloved Helen Brock, the candy heiress, or the Brock's candy fortune. Let's go ahead and we're just going to read it start to finish here, because I wanted to know the exact timeline of events here. So let's talk about this in the 1980s. Let me just give you an overview here. 1980s, a bunch of wealthy socialite assholes lost a bunch of money on some horses. They're overvalued, so to get their money back, they decided they would just murder the horses, collect the insurance money. Because you see, wealthy people see everything as red and green. They don't see humanity or anything like that. They see everything as a profit or a loss. They look at a person, they don't see a human being, they see red or green. Because they are soulless pieces of shit. So, let's take a look at this. It is not known how many horses were killed in this manner between the mid-1970s. Well, let's just start at the beginning. The show-jumping horse killing scandal refers to an unverified number of insurance fraud cases in the United States between the mid-1970s and the mid-1990s, in which expensive horses, many of them show jumpers, were insured against death, accident, or disease, and then killed to collect the insurance money. Many of the killings involved racketeering, and numerous perpetrators were convicted of crimes. It is not known how many horses were killed in this manner between the 1970s and the mid-1990s, when a Federal Bureau of Investigation brought the horse killings to light, but the number is thought to be well over 50. It may have been as high as 100. In addition, in 1977, the heiress Helen Brock disappeared and was presumed by law enforcement agents to have been murdered by the perpetrators of these crimes because she threatened to report their criminal activity to authorities. Continuing investigation into Brock's death began to uncover the insurance frauds in the 1990s. The scandal has been called one of the biggest, most gruesome stories in sports, as well as the biggest scandal in history of equestrian sports. 36 people were indicted and tried for insurance fraud, mail and wire fraud, obstruction of justice, extortion, racketeering, and animal cruelty in connection with the unlawful horse killings. All but one were convicted. Of the 23 people indicted in Chicago in July 1994, 20 pleaded guilty. The disappearance and murder of Helen Brock was never fully solved, although one man, Richard Bailey, was imprisoned for soliciting her murder. Over the 20-year period during which the horse killings took place, several different motivations led horse owners and trainers, often affluent and well-respected people, to become involved in what ultimately became a widespread conspiracy. In some cases, the owner of a promising or even prize-winning horse was temporarily strapped for cash and decided to insure and then kill the animal. This was the situation in the 1982 fraudulent killing of the show jumper Henry the Hawk. Sometimes people bought overvalued horses. Rather than take a loss on a poor investment, these owners chose to finance their next horse purchase by defrauding the insurance company that had insured the unwanted horse. Wow. Sons of bitches. Famous case. Let's talk about the Hawk. Henry the Hawk. In 1981, a 17-year-old woman, according to, hey baby, what was that politician that was like 17-year-old woman Matt Gates. There you go. In 1981, a 17-year-old woman owned and rode a show horse named Henry the Hawk because she was underage. Says it right there, Matt. Her finances were controlled by her father, James Druck, an attorney and owner of Eagle Nest Farm. Druck's legal practice consisted of defending insurance companies against claims, and he knew that if a horse were electrocuted in a certain manner, it would be very difficult for a veterinary pathologist to find signs of foul play, and the death would be chalked up to colic. According to ABC News, the woman was a prize-winning equestrian when her father was implicated in an ugly plot to electrocute horses for insurance money. In the early 1990s, following James Druck's death, convicted horse killer and FBI informant Tommy Burns told authorities and reporters that James Druck had first attempted to sell his daughter's horse for $150,000, but the highest offer he received was only $125,000. Oh my God! Kendall, what's up, man? Hope you're doing good this evening. I'm talking about this story. I want to do a show tonight here on the horse murders of the 1980s. A lot of people don't know about it. Some of these people were tied to politicians, but just rich, wealthy assholes being rich, wealthy assholes and murdering animals to collect the insurance money. He then hired Burns and personally taught him how to electrocute horses. Wow, what a trade! Wonder if I can go learn how to do that. Maybe that's gonna be jumping up on the economy soon. You know what? Second place to the job I never got to do, and I hate my guidance counselor for never telling me about it, but apparently they test airplane windshields. And, I'll double check this, but I believe they test airplane windshields by firing dead chickens out of a cannon at them. And somebody's got to do that job, and I think that would be pretty decent gig. He then hired Burns, and okay, yeah, here we go. That's where we were. Even going so far as to buy Burns' first set of electrocution tools. All right, that was nice of him. The first horse that Druck hired Burns to kill was Henry the Hawk, whose life insurance policy was worth $150,000. James Druck thus started Tommy Burns on a 10-year-long career as a horse murderer. Dad must be proud. The best damn horse murderer there is. James Druck collected on a $150,000 insurance policy for arranging the killing of his daughter's horse in 1982, but he was under investigation by the FBI when he died of cancer in Tampa, Florida. And here we go, getting on to Helen Brock. Helen Brock and how she was more than likely murdered as a result of these horse-killing sons of a bitches. And Voorhees Brock, millionaire heiress to the Brock's confections fortune, was one of Bailey's victims. She met Bailey in 1973 and they entered into a relationship. In 1975, Bailey's brother Paul sold her 3 horses for $98,000. Unknown to Brock, Bailey also participated in the sale and the horses were worth less than $20,000. Additionally, Brock bought a group of expensive brood mares. On New Year's Eve 1977, Brock and Bailey danced the night away in New York's Waldorf Astoria, but their relationship soon began to deteriorate. Early in 1977, Bailey and co-conspirator arranged an extensive showing for Brock, hoping to persuade her to invest $150,000 more in more horses. Brock left in less than an hour. Further, an appraiser Brock hired recommended she invest nothing in training one of her original 3 purchases, contrary to the $50,000 estimate of the trainer recommended by Bailey. Around this time, Brock also visited her breeding stock. After viewing the mares, she openly displayed rage at the stable, screaming about being cheated and informing anyone within earshot that she was going to the district attorney's office. Subsequently, she told a close friend that she was disturbed about her purchase of horses from a younger man whom she had been seeing. And after hearing that her friend knew state prosecutors, she agreed to visit the state attorney's office. After she returned from her upcoming visit to the Mayo Clinic, Brock departed from the Mayo Clinic on February 17, 1977. She was never seen again and her body was never found. Bailey was interviewed in connection with her disappearance, but no charges were filed at the time. In 1984, this is most people have it. I was looking. I don't even think there are any videos on YouTube about it. And if there are, they're few and far between. So, Alright, yeah, let me get that shit down here. Alright, so Alright, Helen Brock murdered. Let's talk about these horse killers, these sons of bitches. Tommy the Sandman Burns earned his nickname because he put horses to sleep for the conspirators. He traveled the show circuit visiting stables with his athletic bag full of electrocution equipment and for fees ranging from $5,000 to $40,000, generally for 10%. Generally for 10% of the insurance price on the horse, he would kill the horses for their owners, who would then pay him off from the money obtained by defrauding the insurers. Burns justified his destruction of the animals on the grounds that electrocution, the technique that he had learned in 1982 from James Druck, was quick and painless. Burns was arrested in 1991, confessed to his crimes to all of his crimes in a plea deal. In 1992, the investigative reporters William Knack and Lester Munson, writing for Sports Illustrated, interviewed Burns, who told them a great deal about how the conspiracy operated. Let's take a look here. Alright, Burns' preferred method of killing horses was electrocution. It had been so ever since the day in 1982 when he says the late James Druck, an Ocala, Florida attorney who represented insurance companies, paid him to kill the brilliant show jumper Henry the Hawk, on whose life Druck had taken out a $150,000 life insurance policy. In fact, says Burns, Druck personally taught him how to rig the wires to electrocute Henry the Hawk, how to slice an extension cord down the middle into 2 strands of wire, how to attach a pair of alligator clips to the bare end of each wire, and how to attach the clips to the horse. One to its ear, the other to its rectum. All he had to do then, says Burns, was plug the cord into a standard wall socket and step back.
That's a sick bitch right there.
Oh, yeah, no shit. That's why it's what we always talk about, how sick these wealthy people are.
Stick something in his butt.
I know, yeah. Was it necessary? Did you, like, alright.
That's a fetish right there.
Yeah. Well, they're always weirdos. Oh, God, what we got? Let's get back here. Alright, yeah. Alright, and step back. Harlow Arley. In 1991, Burns was hired to kill a show jumper named Streetwise. The horse was owned by Donna Brown, the ex-wife of former U.S. Olympic rider Buddy Brown, who had once been a trainer at Paul Valerie's farm in Rhode Island. Because the animal had already suffered from colic and thus could not be insured against the disease, electrocution was ruled out as a method of murder. Donna Brown insisted that Burns break the animal's leg, make it look like an accident, so the horse would have to be put down by a vet. Burns decided to subcontract the deed to a man named Harlow Alley, who was willing to cripple the horse with a crowbar. God almighty. Can't hear anything. Can you hear anything now? Could somebody let me know if volume's working? It says I'm getting audio here. Let me. Hold on. Yeah, there it is. Let's see. Okay, let's try the. Alright, let's see if somebody let me know if audio's good here. Come on, man. Are we even working? Alright, hold on. Let me double check our stream here. I need to know if okay, yeah, let me see. We'll make sure we're working here. Alright. Sure we're working. Okay, here. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Alright, audio's working. Real good. we're good. Let's get back. Okay, so this guy broke the horse's leg with a crowbar. Let's see. By this time, the FBI had Burns under surveillance, and although the agents were too far away on 2nd of February 1991 to prevent the fatal injury to Streetwise, they were able to capture Burns and Arley after a short chase. 2 men confessed to the crime, and Burns, in retaliation for being left without legal aid by his powerful former employers, turned FBI informant and revealed the names of dozens of people who had hired him. As a result of this confession, 36 people were arrested for animal cruelty and insurance fraud, of whom 35 were convicted. After testifying before the federal grand jury in Chicago investigating insurance fraud in the horse show industry, Harlow Arley served 8 months in jail for breaking Streetwise's leg. Burns, who revealed the names of many other conspirators, was sentenced to a year in jail for his crimes, including breaking Streetwise's leg. He served 6 months. He still resides in Florida, where he legally changed his name to Tim Ray. Currently sells auto parts. Okay. I got Richard Bailey. Well, you could see, and these, when you get into it, let's see, these people, and everybody involved in this were wealthy socialites, well connected in political circles. And, this was in the 80s. What kind of my lesson of the Justang Show, this is what I really want to get out here, people, is that, you have, elections, and you've got, people think, I was all for Donald Trump too. I would have voted for anybody who was against the mutilation of kids. But we have to stop thinking that these rich assholes we have to get over the delusion that these people are going to care anything about normal people. I say this all the time. This is the truth. I used to do my best to eavesdrop and listen to these wealthy people talk when I would be doing the pasta station out there cooking for all these wealthy assholes. And I would hear them talk, and they refer to normal people as pores or brokies. You hear that shit all the time. Yo! Hey, thank you for the follow there. Join us back here at the Justang Show. We'll be here every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7. And we'll do some gaming content the rest of the time to cool off from all the terrible things. But yeah, until we can get this wealthy class of whatever these people are, man. I hate wealthy people. I hate them because I've had to be around them, and as long as these are the kind of people that are in control of the mechanisms of our society, nothing will ever get better. I call it and greed. I don't understand the constant drive for more money and more power. I call it the little dick disease, and it's destroyed our world. And it's these men who buy for money and power, and it's never enough. It's because they got tiny bulbous penises. I mean, read the Epstein file. And they even talk about in there how these guys got fucking weird dicks. Yeah. That's what's done it. That's what's done it. We've destroyed ourselves. But yeah. Until we have some re-education camps for the wealthy, things are going to get better. And I don't see why people keep tricking themselves into thinking they will. Now, what's happening this weekend? We got some big things going on. I actually had a video that popped up just before I started, so I wanted to kind of watch it and see what the hell is going on.
Everyone, I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're watching from today. I'm filming this on June 5th. All information is up to date as of June 5th, and we have reports of massive explosions against targets aligned with the United States in Iraq, likely being attacked by the Iranians or Iranian-backed militia forces, the PMF. We also have reports and videos of fighter jets scrambling, and Russia leaked documents show that Russia is scrambling to send more weapons to Iran to shoot down U.S. aircraft and use against U.S. service members. So we got a lot to get into. Before we get into it, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Costs you guys absolutely nothing at all. Huge, huge, huge boost to the channel. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. What do you think of the attacks? What do you think of the fighter jets? What comes next? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the notification bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a thing. And then Instagram, David_Hookstead.
Explosions hit Iraq.
Defender. We have initial reports of explosions in the Kurdistan region of northeastern Iraq near the... At the same time, that is going on. Out of Karaj
in the north.
Iran, fighter jets. You can see them in the sky. You can hear them. Listen closely.
Iran scrambles fighter jets. I didn't think they had any. I thought that we destroyed the military.
It is a different aircraft movement than the one we talked about.
Our Navy and Air Force,
refueling tankers up in the air, but that's not the interesting
So, nothing big there, I don't guess. Let's see. What's Asmongold? Asmongold had a new video here, so let's take a look at that before we wrap it up. Keep it kind of short so I can run our video through the AI clip maker here and not use so many of my credits.
NVIDIA finally did it. They just took the lid off
Right. Come on.
of RTX Spark, a super chip that promises to take on-device AI from an irritating button that I accidentally press on my keyboard to a deeply useful agentic collaborator. And while it would be easy to look at this demo that transforms a sketch and a mood board into a 3D animation and dismiss this entire concept as lap slops, guys, love it or hate it, this is a seismic shift in mainstream personal computing, and you're gonna have to know about it. On the hardware side, there's...
So the reason why I zoomed back out is because I was like, wait a minute, this is a guy telling every fucking furry deviant art creator that AI is the future. How many people downvoted this video? 5,000 furries downvoted this video.
No big surprises here. DGX Spark, NVIDIA's pint-sized desktop AI computer, was announced over a year ago and has been in users' hands since October. It's that, but in consumer mini PCs and laptops. So we're looking at 20 ARM CPU cores, up to 128 gigs of LPDDR5X memory, and a powerful Blackwell-based GPU core with a little over 6,000 CUDA cores. Which
CUDA cores,
I think that's all.
When you get they're making this to where no normal person can understand, because they're telling us that how AI works is that it pulls information from different dimensions, and somehow in this process it creates a new form of matter. A new form of matter, not a solid, not a liquid, not a gas, but a new form of matter that is created somehow by this this fucking processor with tentacles or whatever. You tell me? Explain it. Explain it. Explain it in layman's terms. Okay. You can't. Okay. Alright. I want to say that's it for the show tonight. I'll come on this weekend. I'm going to play some games this weekend. I'll make some gaming content because, we've been doing this, I've been trying to warn people about the literal collapse of civilization as we know it for many years now. And they don't want to listen. They really don't. People do not want to know that all of the systems that they were so sure were made of steel and concrete are actually made of popsicle sticks. But it's the truth. And prepare your family spiritually, psychologically. Put some food in the ground. Have yourself a stable water source. And Dude, put your faith in God. Put your faith in God, Jesus Christ. And you guys, we got a few followers tonight. That was cool. That was cool. We'll move it up a little bit. We're slowly gaining ground, but the algorithm doesn't like this kind of content at all. So if you're watching this, help us out.